Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's card I'm going to, well, it's not a card today, it's a tag. I have so many cards that I've made that I forget to send out. So I thought if I have a tag, I have a whole bunch of like Christmas and Halloween ones that I've done last year, I think. So if you want to check those out, that'd be awesome. And I use tags instead and then hang them up on on one of my cabinets just so that I can look at them and get inspired by them. So some of them are very mixed media, some of them are just stamping. This one's going to be a bit different for me again because I'm using the April card kit from Simon Says Stamps. So this is Life is a Party, so I'm using some of the stamps from this. I then have the trio of balloons, so I've used two bigger ones for the balloons obviously. And then I have also used, which I struggle to use pattern paper, but I love pattern paper so I hoard it. And this is also out of the April card kit which I showed you guys, and there's all these very cool rainbowy things. This one reminds me of Harry Potter, just saying. But lots of geometrics, lots of flowers. There's a mix of papers. So I used one of those out of there, and this one here, which is quite geometric. It's not normally my style, but I think I can make this work. So, and that's also why I now have a card kit coming, because it's a challenge for me. So I also then, for my tag, which you can buy, I think, the the wafer thin version of this now from Tim Holtz or Sizzix, whoever makes them. But it's also, I believe Ranger actually sell the size tag in like packs of 20 or something. I don't know, I've never bought it, but this is the, if I can find it, the tag and book plates alterations die. This is a big die. This is the XL, but it's the large one, and so you need a machine that will cope with the width of this. This size does not fit in a Cuttlebug, just so you know. The bigs, which are shorter, they are slightly narrow. You can get that through a Cuttlebug, but the bigger ones like this one, and there's one bigger than this, you can't get through a Cuttlebug. But this is handy for the tag die. It's a nice size. So I don't know what I have those there for. So what I did was I cut out the two balloons in just some scrap cardstock. It does cut out the little shine mark. I've actually taped that back in for each of these because of how and what I'm going to stamp. I wanted to kind of overlap that, and then also I can highlight that with some like glossy accents or something afterwards if I want to do that. I then have a few of the stamps all ready to go there, and then the tag die I cut out once out of the pattern paper, so it's a very funky cool pattern paper. Like I say, not my style normally. And then I used some Nina to cut it out, and on the die it will also cut out the little reinforcers, so I cut them out in the same Nina cardstock so that I can just add it to it. The reason I did it twice is because this is paper, right? So although Nina's not super thick cardstock, I'm going to stick these two together just so it's a bit sturdier. So I'm going to do that now, like you do. And I know, ooh, it's stuck. I have been MIA for a bit. Sometimes that happens in life. We have no control. So yeah, I should hopefully be back now properly-ish. So I'm a bit behind with my card kits, that's what I was trying to say. So I'm just going to line this up as best I can. So now it's just a bit sturdier than it was before. So if you don't have thick cardstock, but you have all these pattern papers or you have thinner cardstock, just layer them a couple of times, you'll be fine. It'll just reinforce all that. So now what I want to do is put that to one side for a minute. Oh, I could put those on actually. Let's add the reinforcers on. So I'm going to double up the reinforcers. I think the idea is that you have one this side and one on that side. I'm just going to put them both on this side because why not? And just with adhesive like so. And the reason I'm only doing it one side is because where these hang, I could do the other side, but where these hang, I will see the front. So it's just inspiration. If you were giving this to someone to use as a tag or making it into a tag book, because you could make a whole bunch of these and have them as pages in your book, then I would reinforce both sides. But actually at that point, if you're making it into a proper little like memory book, or you know, a book of all your artsy stuff or whatever, then you probably want to use grommets or larger eyelets to actually do that. So depends what you want to do, but your cardstock will work. So I've just got my double reinforcers there, just for, again, and that matches then with the back. The colour makes sense then. So I'm going to do a couple of things. On this little guy, there is a stamp in the set which is kind of like confetti sort of thing. So I'm just going to take some, I have all my ink off to the side here. I'm using some Ripe Persimmon oxide ink, and the reason I'm using oxide is because try not to talk and stamp at the same time. Put your ink pad, put your stamp in the ink pad, not your acrylic block like I just did. Anyway, stamp side up. The reason I'm using oxide is because it will sit on top of the paper. So, and the nice thing about that is because it will do that, because it's a combination of pigment and dye, is that I can now stamp over a different colour, and the colour, although it won't be as bright on you know, as it is in the ink pad, it will still show up quite nicely on the cardstock. Oops. So that's that one. And I will bring this closer so you can see. So now we just got a bit of decoration on there, just for fun. A little bit on there. And then I'm going to take this big balloon. It's not really super big, but you know what I mean. Also let me know in the comments if this, what's the word, like height, like if you can see everything okay, because I've felt like the last few videos I've done a while before this, I feel like I'm too zoomed in. So when I go to edit it, it looks like I'm too close. So I'm trying this for a few videos, but let me know. So for the next one, I want to use Seedless Preserves, can't talk, oxide again, because again it's going to sit on top of the paper. If I can get into it. And this is so funny. This stamp is a little, it's like a pair of sunglasses. It's so cute. But they're little hearts. Isn't that great? So I'm going to ink these up real well. Hopefully that should work. And even over the shine mark, because you know, I'm going to try to get these somewhat in the middle-ish. Now because this cardstock, this is a scrap piece of cardstock, both of these were, it's a bit textured, so I'm just holding that in place. I'm not rocking it, I'm not pressing too hard, I'm just holding it in place so that the ink has time to absorb into the paper. So, and hopefully this will work. Yeah, sort of. Let's see if I can go back in. This is either going to work or not. We're either going to have a double. We'll just say he's had a drink. Ooh, that's better. I'm okay with that. That's just a bit better. I know it's not perfect there, but that's not a bad lineup. Even for me. Right. But I thought that just looked really cute. And I'm not going to put, I was thinking I was going to put a face on there as well, but I thought, wow, we'll just go with the glasses. It's kind of cute. Little sunglasses. Or should I do something? Nah, let's just do sunglasses. That's cute. Right. So back to the tag. So now I also have, like, there's this strings for the balloons. So I'm going to use VersaFine Onyx Black for these. And just going to place these roughly where I want them. Just so I have an idea. Oops. There's one. This one is about there-ish. Right. So then I can join this up, and I can always adjust the height because I've got more length on that inked bit for the string, and even this one can go off at an angle if I need to, like so. But they both can, and you both go off a little bit, and you're not going to know what else is happening behind them, so it's fine. What I do want to do for before I do anything else is I have this little stamp that says shine brightly, so I thought that'd be quite sweet just to put somewhere, maybe across the bottom here. So I have all these like scrap offcuts of things. They're like little strips of paper and that. So I thought if I find a colour, well, that looks quite cool. Maybe I'll use that one. Find a colour that kind of works with the yellow. Pinky purpley one. Nah. And then I will just, I think I like one of these two. Just so we've got a little sentiment strip that's going to go, that's too bright I think. I think I'm going to use this one. So what I want to do is, I can either have that going straight across there and then just trim the edges and stamp that just in the middle, or like I normally do, I'm going to stamp it on the, if you use the edge of your piece of card to stamp your stamp, then you can just trim the other two edges. So I think I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go in with the VersaFine again, because I have no other than the strings, there's no other black on the card, so it just brings that colour in so it makes sense on the card. If that made any sense. There you go. Now VersaFine is notorious for being wet, so I'm going to leave that for a second and just we'll get these guys stuck on here. So I want to 3D-fy them. Is that even English? I don't know. Put some foam on the back. to have this one go slightly off this way, and that is sticking off the edge there, but I'll fix that afterwards. And then this one, I can have him about there, so I only want foam along this edge. Because this is already popped up, so this needs to be flat adhesive, if any. So that'll work. So I will, like I say, I'll fix that bit later. I'll just lift it and cut a little bit off. So there's those two. And then let's see if I can cut this in a straight line. No, probably not. Yeah, not bad. We have this. And then I think I'm just going to have that sat just there. Trying to decide where I want it. I think about there, or there, or there, or there. There. It's going over there. Right, so the only other thing that you could, well not the only thing, but you can do a billion things. You can take a shimmer pen and just highlight that shine mark. On both of these. And I feel like I need to do more, but you can always ink the edges. Like I say, this is totally different and very clean compared to some of the stuff I do. But I hope that was helpful, and I hope that the you know, it inspires you to use some pattern paper, especially if you don't know what to do with it. Make a tag as an inspiration board kind of thing, or an inspiration tag, and then yeah, hopefully it'll help. So I hope you like this, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.